Right out. Go ahead.
Yeah, just Theo's injury.
Yep, there you go.
I guess he's going to be out perhaps a couple months. How does it affect you guys?
I would just say, we players, try to fill that spot. Everybody's stepping up a little bit more. I just say that's something that we can do, but we just want Theo to recover well, so he can get back out there with no problem.
I know Coach wanted to go small a little bit more this year than you guys had in the last couple of years, and a big part of that is Theo, because he can play the four some.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going to look like when you try to go smaller? You're just not going to do it as much right now.
We still have Justin in there, to go small, so that's still part in there. I would say the lineup would be Joel, Nate, Justin, possibly Kenny, Brandon Robinson, or Shea, other guards, that picked it up in practice, and me, Kenny, Tony, Luke. So, I'd say it's still there. It's still a possibility.
Even with losing Theo, you have a guy like Nate that can step in, has so much experience, has been through so many things. How valuable is it to have a guy like that?
Great, and especially as much work he put in the offseason, his shot, is looking pretty good. As everybody can see from late night, he won the three-point contest. He's knocking down shots like he's been doing it for years.
Obviously, if you need to work on your shooting, you know what to do in the offseason. You obviously need to work on fouling less. How do you go about doing that and changing that dynamic?
Just being more smarter. Some plays I looked at as me coming off the bench. Just being as aggressive as I could be. Sometimes I would try to knock the ball up there by half court and get a foul. Just don't do stupid stuff. I say.
Reaching.
Yeah. Just being too aggressive sometimes. Just stuff I can control.
Coach Williams give you advice on how to handle that?
Basically, me and Coach Davis, go over some some plays they cut out. Some plays me getting fouled, so I can see it for myself. But I remember them. I know some, so they just try to tell me, you don't necessarily have to go all out, trying to be that aggressive all the way out there.
Bryce had 3 pretty good years till last year when he really kind of took off. Do you look at the career path that he had and the jump that he made last season and learn anything from that you can use to maybe do the same thing?
I mean, the biggest jump that Bryce took was, his mentality. He went out there, I know everybody can tell from the way his face was, everything was his. It was a game I remember, I think at Duke, Bryce got a rebound. He was like, this is my rebound. That type of mentality really made Bryce have that season. So it's just, Bryce's biggest change was, his mental game.
What can you learn from that?
Just look at it the same way. Everything, like he told me, he's like, your year, everything is yours. Just you gotta go out there and take it.
Did you see yourself?
How often have you replayed the title game in your mind since then?
I would say I replayed it a lot, but not in a negative way, but a positive way. Just learn from it. Everybody wins and lose. Of course, we want to win that game, especially after Marcus hit that shot. So I just use that as motivation. Everybody else did too. I guess that would led to everybody working this hard on the off season. Try to get back there.
You came in as a highly recruited freshman. Did you see yourself staying 4 years? What was your vision of how your career would play out?
Honestly, I didn't really think about it any type of way. Just me, just being thankful for coming here. In North Carolina. Just me confidence-wise. That I had to work on. Just having confidence in myself. To become, be that player that I was in high school.
Being a guy who was the sixth man of the year last year, and now you're going to be a starter. Is there any kind of difference in the mindset that you bring to to both roles, to this different role?
I would say it's not different. It just has to start early. The way I look at it, coming off the bench was bringing energy, being aggressive, doing anything I can to help the team out. Just from starting, just have to start early.
Isaiah, when you talk about not wanting to come off the bench so aggressively, do you think it'll be easier to be a little more even keel, given that you will be starting?
I believe so. Since from jump, you're in the game, so getting rhythm earlier and stuff like that. Come off the bench, I guess it's so. I say sometimes, especially depending on the game, it can be exciting, stuff like that.
Easier to
Yeah.
keep it right where you want it to be all game this season.
Yeah.
How much do you guys as a team look at your competition this early in the season?
As far as competition-wise, I would say we're focusing on ourselves. Trying to, really help the freshmen out learn, so we can, get back on that road. Not have to worry about, players, not knowing plays and stuff like that. So it's more of us focusing on ourselves, trying to get ready.
Does that become amplified when you lose somebody like Theo?
Yeah, exactly. So that means like, maybe a freshman or Kenny, who's been playing great, have to pick it up, stuff like that.
Last year when Marcus missed the first 5-6 games, it really kind of forced Joel to become more assertive and really helped him over the course of the season. Do you look at Theo being out and maybe Brandon Robinson or Seventh or one of those guys kind of having that same opportunity to play more, to gain more confidence? Or could this turn out to be a good thing in the long run?
Especially since Theo's coming back this season, so we still have him. But it gives somebody else a chance, to really step up, to really show coach. I'm a basketball player too, stuff like that. So it really, really helps somebody else out.
Have you seen any of those younger guys start to maybe assert themselves a little bit more without since Theo went down at practice?
Even before that, Seven, Brandon, and Tony really, competed early. Tony's such a long guy. Me and Kennedy sometimes look at each other like, thought I had it. He just blocked a shot or something. Even on offense, he's still like somebody hard, like tough as to guard. Brandon, I love his aggressiveness. He attacks the rim. He tried to dunk on me in practice. Like that type of stuff. Stuff we need from the jump. Him able to shoot outside. Seven. I just still be amazed by him sometimes. Like, man, how did he get to the rim? Like, how do he do this sometimes? He's so fast. So, just stuff like this amazes me. I know it's like some stuff still amazes coaches.
Have you taken Tony under your wing at all?
I would say I have. Tony seems like, everybody say, that's my son. He's like me when I was a freshman. So, I'm trying to, keep him out the clear, being like me my freshman year. Confidence-wise, just telling Tony everything, there's no need, for you to hold yourself back. Just go out here and become a player, you are.
Could you see him having a similar sort of role to what you did last year, maybe one of the first big guys off the bench?
Man, I can see him doing pretty better, especially, his size, his length. Tony can really become somebody, especially on defensive end. That really affects, like, Joel, I've never seen him, like, get their shot blocked so much, honestly.
Is it when he's on you, or is it from the weak side or help side, or what?
I mean, it's just sometimes in practice, anywhere, it could be from on you, you feel like you got to move, he's there. I know Nate and they be like, I didn't even know you was that close. Like, just hearing them say stuff like that, it's just like, it's just arms. They deceive you.
What are a couple of things he does really well offensively?
I would say, he runs good, and then the way he scores. He scores from either hand. That's what impressed me early because, it took me a while, spin move, try to get with my left. It took me a while, for Tony, it's easy for him.
He's got good footwork?
Yeah.
So Coach, his favorite guy to get all over the last few years has been Bryce. Now that Bryce is gone, who has he kind of picked up as his whipping boy, I guess, for better lack of a term?
You still have Kennedy there.
which leads me to my next question. That's what I was hoping you were going to say. Now, he looks really good.
Oh, man.
Has he shown any of that explosiveness that Coach has spent the last 4 years harping on him?
I would say Kennedy, explosive-wise, I believe he got it. But, what really impressed me is his strength. I know a couple of years back, it would be me and Kennedy can guard each other. Now it seems like I can't even do anything because he's so strong right now. It really shows you the weight room and stuff, how much work he put in, to get that. It's just like he can post up wherever he wants, and then, his shot, his soft touch and everything just got completely better.
So Bryce handled Coach's needling really well with a good humor and everything. How does Kennedy take it?
I think he take it the same way, because last year, necessarily Kennedy was in the run with Bryce, so I would say, he takes it the same.
But does Coach kind of get on him a little different than he did Bryce because they are different personalities?
I wouldn't say so because Coach get on him about the same thing, so he says the same thing. What really pisses Coach off is probably the stuff that you can't control, effort and stuff like that. That's what he really get on him about. I feel like Kennedy's done a better job of that because the way where we want to be at this season. So hopefully it won't be much of that.
Does he ever use humor with Kennedy?
Yeah, I would say so.
Anything you want to divulge?
I'm not saying nothing. I'll let you ask Kennedy when I get him.
I will. He'll probably tell us too.
Yeah, he will.
He's kind of open about that stuff.
So Coach gave you the form, and all you had to do was sign it and put your name in. Were you surprised he gave you the form? And what was your thinking in not even considering signing it and putting your name in?
What you mean?
For the NBA draft.
Honestly, I know they came out with a new rule and everything. Everybody was like, they're going to try it. And I was just like, y'all got it. I'm just ready for next year. Especially how last season ended. Just me wanting to get back there. Me trying to work hard. Plus got one more year, graduate, get a degree, and stuff like that. So it was just a lot more positive of staying and leaving there.
You on pace to graduate in May? You on pace to graduate in May?
Yeah.
What's your major?
Exercise sports science, sports admin.
Isaiah, I missed your update on Theo. How has practice changed and rotations changed since he's been out?
I would say the only thing is,